Secretary of State John Kerry leaving Mexico today, but an American veteran stuck in a Mexican prison. Well, he's not. Andrew Tahmooressi says that he accidentally crossed into Mexico with 3 registered guns in his trunk. The Marine sergeant says he never meant to cross the border, but he did. He's now sitting in a Mexican jail and going nowhere. To Republican Congressman Perry, who says the Mexicans have to do something and fast. Senator Kerry, we're told, sir, did bring the issue up, obviously to little avail. What do you think we should do?
Well, listen, we're the #1 superpower in the world still. At least we think we are, and we think we ought to have a little leverage. I think, bringing the issue up, unfortunately, this administration and this State Department thinks that process is product. We talk, but we don't do. We do hashtags, but we don't take any action. We negotiate, but other countries build their nuclear program.
Well, what would you do in this case? What would you do here?
Well, I think that we could very strongly seal the border. We know that 10,000 people come across about a month, and they're getting across somehow. The fact that Andrew could drive into Mexico and not really be sure where he is, and that could happen that easily, that's a concern for me and many Americans. So I think, #1, we can seal the border, and then we can start talking about some financial situations where Mexico is really dependent on America, whether it's oil or other trade possibilities. We're talking about a gentleman that wandered in aimlessly and has been caught up in this situation, who's a Marine who served his country, and now he finds himself in prison. The administration and John Kerry should do absolutely everything they can to let Mexico know this is not acceptable.
All right, so that I understand. But we're told, sir, in the past that other Marines have similarly wandered in, also carrying weapons. Right. Nothing happened. It might have been a difference with the guards on the border there and what they did, and some were overzealous. But do you think it's possible there is anything unusual about this Marine? I know there's words of others were caught in the past. The Mexicans have not said that. John Kerry has not said that. The Mexican president has not implied that. But would there be anything different or unusual here that could justify this guy still sitting in a cell?
I suspect there's always a little more to the story. The fact that he tried to escape once, maybe he's got some issues from his time in the combat zone. I get that. Regardless, this is an American that's been held, outside the country for a mistake. And if they've got some other information, they ought to relay that to the American people and to the family so we know what's going on. But we don't know what's going on. As a matter of fact, we're pretty sure nothing is going on. Maybe the situation is the Mexican government has said, look, America, you sent 2,000 weapons into our country, and you're complaining about this guy coming in with 3. No one's been held accountable on your side for 2,000. What are you complaining about this guy with 3?
Well,
maybe they don't have the moral high ground.
No, that's a very interesting point, Congressman. Are you saying this could be their tit for tat?
It could be. And how do you have the moral high ground when you do things like that? Bottom line is we've got a Marine who hasn't done anything wrong as far as we can tell, and Mexico hasn't proven that he has done anything wrong, and the State Department hasn't informed us that there's really more to the story if there is. So why shouldn't we believe that this guy's story is correct? He aimlessly wandered in there inadvertently, made a mistake, didn't intend to take the guns in there, and now he's there and he's being held for really unreasonable terms. Why should we believe anything other than that? No one's made a point otherwise.
Congressman, thank you very much.
Thank you.